Hello, revisioning team. I want to talk to you about some work I've done recently because I think it applies a lot to you. I kind of specialize in redesigning employee staff portals. So I want to share with you a recent one that I did for the San Francisco Department of Public Works. This is under Jerome through a consulting company, Robert Half Technology. Anyways, um, the SFDPW Staff Portal redesign initiative had as its goal um, a fix for this. So this is what they had for their current portal. They had some weekly events, like a newsletter type thing, and this is what everybody sees when they start their browser up. They can go anywhere else after that. Go to their YouTube page, their personal home page, their vacation travel planner site, whatever they need in their job. But they always start out with here, so it's a point of company unity. But this one was not so good. It was good for its time. Back, I think this is built quite a long time ago. It's got quick links over here. It's got like a document center. It's got organization, so you can find out who's who. Home is this page. Sort of a DP projects. That's like a featured list. Look up at your employees. Here, this tells us the system status. Emails up, networks working, servers are good. That's more for back-end people, but everybody internally uses this page as a home page. That was good for the time, but I wanted to make it better. And I want to tell you about it, so I'll show you what I made. This is what we came up with. So let me talk about this. This is what employees now see when they start their browser. First of all, it's got a facelift. Look at the difference between these two. This, well, it kind of looks like ours does now. It's blocky. Hey, look, we've got that same blue banner up top that we have on our customer facing thing. Very boring. Let's do something about that. But anyways, look at how exciting it is. Think about how much does this page draw you in and make you enjoy being on this page. It's not bad. It's got some pictures, some links here that might be interesting. What's new? That's exciting. Now let's look at this page. Oh, this page is good. So what do we have here? We've got the staff portal, a little logo, so we know where we are. Because let's just reinforce that this is the company portal, and if somebody gets here on accident, we don't want them to think that they're someplace else. You got your login up here, your search the site there. Some topical things up here, we use this space strategically. My links, my site, my DPW. That could be like for you guys, like welcome David. My links, my site. My sites are little like mini blogs that you can create just on your own as a user without having to talk to IT at all. So if you want to throw up a quick blog or something like that, it's like having your own little WordPress ready to go. My DPW, what's there? I think that's like settings, employee, HR, help, that sort of thing. We kept the quick links because those were very useful. We also kept the IT system status from before. Instead of a list of newsletters, which was frankly expired, we had a problem with communications not really paying much attention previously. So this was an organizational problem we're going to solve with technology on the new portal. Look at this, May 2013. That's when it was last updated. Why? Well, because our communications department, who is involved with mostly public-facing initiatives, is the only people who can create new employee newsletters. And they really view the employee portal as kind of a sideline to their job. And there's not a lot of return on investment for them because people kind of just skip this page anyways. They open their browser and then they go to their bookmarks and they go to exactly what they want to see. What do they do now? They open the home browser and they're thinking, oh, I'm just going to click, I just have to open my browser and look at this page just long enough to go up here and click to get to the stuff I really want. Again, because nobody likes to be locked in to a home page. But as far as being locked into home pages go, this is a much better choice if you're going to do it. Now they've got some Facebook pictures, very exciting. These are updated by the Flickr blog. So we're pulling social media into our employee portal. The reason we did this was because communications um, can now get hits off our employees, and that's how they track their results. Communication says wants to track everything, right? And that's good. We love them for that. But they weren't getting any hits off of this to their newsletter. So the guy in charge of newsletters for San Francisco Department of Public Works was saying, we want more people to look at our newsletter more frequently. They weren't. Now they do. Because this is more exciting. And actually, I don't think you can see it here. Do we have a picture with the employee newsletter? I'll have to get you that. We actually made a little employee newsletter link. So this is actually the proposal that you're looking at, not the final build. The actual final thing, communications wanted a banner right here that said, see the newsletter, a cute graphic, and you click on it and it goes to the current version of the newsletter. So we would maybe have that right where I'm mousing around, right up here, just above the Flickr feed. Anyways, though, doing the Flickr feed was a great idea because pictures great, get a lot of attention. There's a slideshow. Communications has been trying to get more people, more staff, to go to the Flickr homepage and comment on the pictures. These are our employees we're seeing pictures of, and our staff can rate them now and comment on them and tag them, and that's all just awesome, and this encourages that. Also, it's low maintenance for Julian at Communications at SF Department of Public Works. Julian's a great guy. I love working with him. He's a real artist and a creative. And when he saw how I could put the social media onto the home page of every employee, he realized immediately how valuable that would be to him. We also have tweets down here, and basically we just gave communications this middle column. And maybe we should do the same thing with our employee portal. Give communications ownership of the middle part. And on the left and the right, we have things like enterprise apps. So we've got apps too. Atlas is one. You've got some employee customer management. You've got your booking software for your hotels or whatever. You've got management. You've got inter-office communications, things like that. So let's talk a little bit more about this. There's lots of other things I'd love to talk about, how it's going to be for you, but I want to give thorough coverage to what I've done here so we don't miss any good points. The direction I got for the employee portal at SFDPW, and I think this kind of mirrors the direction I have for the backroads.com revisioning project. First, we want a visual makeover of the employee intranet homepage to regenerate interest. Regenerate, revision, I love this re-dash concept. We also want to promote social participation from our staff. We wanted to make it more convenient for our application users to get their jobs done. We wanted it to be visually more pleasing to increase morale, and the reason for that is the portal is used for timesheets, enterprise application, general staff needs. It's a small but repeated exposure to what we are as a group. Pervasively, we see it. It's something we can't escape because it's our homepage. So a small change in that increases our morale and job satisfaction and of every employee just a little bit every day. But it's like, giving you a little bit of, well, better experience every day. 5 more minutes of happiness and, oh, this looks beautiful, instead of 5 minutes of gonna get through this and crank it out, or gonna work hard. We'll still work hard and we'll still crank things out, but now we'll do it with a website that looks beautiful. It's like having a clean car or windows, and that's how I view our employee portal. It's something we use to get someplace, and if your car has dirty windshield, driving to work is less fun. So I want to go to your employee portal and clean the car and clean the windows. This was a little unique in that we had previously had a attempt at a revision about 2 years back that probably generated some dissatisfaction. I think this was an information architecture problem. Some of the menu items 2 years ago with the revision were hidden in attempts to make things a little more streamlined. That didn't go so well. It caused some confusion, and it wasn't addressed. So we had some stakeholder fear. Basically, our staff were kind of disinterested in the employee portal, and we needed to do something about that to drive engagement. And um, so our main goal was not to make any part of it worse, make some parts of it better, modest. So we concentrated on safe, small, easy steps towards site information architecture refinement. We fixed some of the menu items, basically. We made things a little easier to find. Just a few changes, didn't take much, but enough to solve the big pain points. We also worked on small, safe, easy steps to encourage collaboration and end user adoption. So we wanted our employees to work together on like mini blogs. You know, if marketing has an idea, they can record their information in a little like blog site. We call it a my site in SharePoint. Um, and you know, they could have email lists and all sorts of things in there. And they could create it on the fly, just click a button. And that was already built, but we just needed to encourage adoption of it. Users need to make team sites, schedule meetings, share documents on SharePoint instead of email or network drive, because they were doing everything by sharing files on a hard drive, emailing people where this file is, and that just had problems in terms of version control for the files. It had problems in terms of when somebody new comes on the team, how do you update them and give them all the history and information? Well, a little SharePoint site works. We also wanted to do small, easy steps to support governance implementation. What is governance? Governance is making sure governance is specifically David making sure that I am doing the right thing, the thing that's most beneficial for backroads.com. So we wanted to support that by building it into our architecture, by building ways of reporting to David and getting feedback from David into the UI, so he doesn't have to come to us in person or come to my boss in person. I can email him directly, and yeah, he can filter all that and he doesn't have to pay attention. So safe, easy steps to support government implementation and evolution transition into a SharePoint project management practice. I don't know if we need a project management practice built into our employee portal here. I don't know, how often do you do projects and need project management as part of your employee staff support systems? For us at SFDPW, we need that a lot. We do a lot of code building. We have a lot of initiatives going on, a lot of different agendas. Everybody needs their own little site. Make a single team site for managing the homepage and staff portal as an example for management to get used to, and a test of organization ability. So check this out. What I'm saying here is everybody can do this. This is this portal that I'm making. This isn't something only I could make. Actually, Sid, the old school exec who's been around before the web, he can actually make this by pointing and clicking. And in fact, he did make this. I made the prototype, but then he really took my code and rebuilt it himself into the staff portal, and he maintains that now. So when they want to change a link or something like that, he takes care of that. That's for the generic portal that everyone sees. On our portal for backroads.com, I think we'd like something that, yes, has a blank default page, but maybe our users can propose, add a widget here. Maybe our marketing department wants to have the person in charge of catalogs wants to see the latest catalog stats up there. So what would that look like, right? Well, I think we have an example. So here is something for marketing. Look at this. These are our analytics here. Traffic used, 58 gigabytes remaining. We'll have a much larger supply of traffic. That was for individual users that we might think that they have traffic limits. I don't think we want to limit traffic, honestly. Page views, very important, especially if you're working on cross training tours, bicycling, kayaking, and all that. This could be a list of page views, and maybe we want page views for cross training here and page views for entire site here. You could track your project process, right? If all the traffic, all the different types of tours are trending up, but your cross-training tours are trending down, what does that mean? Did you just make a mistake? Is something wrong with your pages? Did that last edit work really well or not so well? Well, you can tell with page views. How about this? 8 new orders. Well, we care about that. Let's track catalog orders, especially if you're in the catalog departments. You want that on your home page when you turn on your browser. And then you can go to whatever it is, Excel or whatever you want to do. Or if you're on the internet, then probably you're not going to Excel. You're probably going to something else. Maybe what would marketing go to on the web to get information? Maybe they'd go to a competitor site. Maybe they do want to track conversions. Maybe they want to track page hits. No, we've got the page views. Maybe new users or email responses right there. Yeah. 7 experiments. I don't know that we have experiments. 11 new followers. Are these internal followers or followers for our public website? Well, it depends on whose homepage you are. For me, in front-end development, I should have a Twitter page where I can tweet what I'm doing to you guys, and you guys can follow me. So when Gordon and John and Joshua and David, who are following my progress on the team, they can tune in to my tweets. And what do tweets look like again? We have that, right? That's, yeah, tweets. So that's what they did in the portal here. What I did before for them. So where was I? Oh, yeah. Traffic sources, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of a typical sort of thing. Conversations. Here's the thing. We should be able to have a conversation online. Can we integrate this with Skype? And delegate it by a per project, or maybe put this like as my personal conversations. So like everybody gets Skype, and then if they want to review their conversations, it's right there on their homepage. The Skype user interface is pretty good, actually. We might not need that. We can just put a little Skype box right here, right? And that'll hold your conversations. You can video chat with people. You can even record your conversations, replay them backwards, and share them, and copy and share them with people, which is awesome. So maybe with Skype, we can save a lot of the back-end work of building our own how to converse within the organization type solutions. And this is good for mobile people, our leaders on the road too, because that lets them participate instead of having to come down and face, or, well, calling us on the phone isn't bad either, is what they probably do now. Recent team members, sortable lists. So these are things I could drag around. And this is the sort of drag and drop functionality that we'll want to implement on our homepage. So that's a task list for me. Or maybe not for me. Let's see. Answering customer questions, adding new features. Yeah, that looks like my task list. Fixing bugs, adding new skins. Skinning is kind of vaguely what you might call a lot of what I do. But I'm actually adding functionality. Do we have adding new functionality here? No. Updating server software. Oops, that should not be on my task list. Why don't I delegate that or send that to somebody else on a per need basis? Who are the people I could do that to? Well, I could send that to, instead of Bob, I guess that should say John or David. This should say Joshua. This could be me. I could delegate it to myself. Comments. What are comments? Bob, Lauren. Oh, these are just placeholder comments. Hey, look at this, though. Isn't this nice? The styling. We've got a little clock, 22 minutes. That's just an icon. You can't click on it. But it tells us how long ago the comment is. We can edit the comment. We can delete the comment. We can see all comments. What I like about Ace Template, you've got a prototype for your homepage out of the box. Obviously, over here, we don't want dashboard, all these elements. Over here, let's put, well, homepage dashboard. We can call that dashboard / homepage. UI elements, that's Atlas. Tables, maybe that's HR payroll. Maybe this menu item, and we can drill down and stuff. How does this look on a mobile device? Hey, look at that. It works on a mobile device too. So your team leaders and other people can get this on their iPhone. Same thing. They've got their customized, personalized homepage. and they can see their stats and all that stuff wherever they are, and maybe even interact and work with it. I don't know what these icons, I don't know what we want these to be. We should have four of them. I mean, I just kind of like this layout, and four fits is a good number, so maybe four of these. Maybe like um, personal, business. We could do these as scoping sort of icons. So this is like generics, menus. This could like toggle your menus. So you could have four menus here: dashboard, tables, forms, and these could open up. And you could even have four of them. Hey, that's a lot. One of them is my personal menu. The default is the default menu. Maybe if I click this page, it goes from the default employee portal over here, which would be something that looked more like this page. And then, so we got kind of this page, but imagine that sidebar on the side, right? And then when we go, and that's maybe this page, right? And then you click here or maybe here, and it gets you to this personalized view of your homepage. So maybe we have, a generic homepage that everybody starts with, and then a customized homepage that they can, build on and cater and customize to their particular need for our organization. Up here we've got notifications. We've got Bob new orders. That's something I need to act on. Followers, I don't care. Bob just signed up as an editor. Oh, that's good to know. And we've got some new comments. These are probably comments to the intranet portal right now. We're going to build this and start quick, and add a way for people to comment on what we're doing. But this could be comments for the public-facing site, like, oh, fix a typo on this page, or can we add this info about recent conditions, the trail that we advertised, the route. There's been a fire, and we don't want to bicycle through there anymore. So we're changing it. This is a new comment, maybe from one of our leaders who needs a quick edit to that page. And so those are all the things I might have to do. What do I have here? Software update. Yeah, I've always got to do that. Hardware update. Not me. This should not be on my page. Okay, we need to customize this a little bit for tasks. Well, it's easy to customize tasks. I mean, that's just drag and drop, type in the word. And I don't know if we'll chart progresses. Maybe that's a little more effort than we want. If we could integrate it with whatever task planning management we have, then the percentages might come in automatically. Or maybe we don't work with percentages. Whatever, it needs some work. Email, yeah, 5 email messages. Email is so important for our backwards compatibility. We don't want to have to go to Outlook for an email, but we want to be able to. So we want to integrate this if at all possible. They did that at SFDPW. I don't know if we can do that here. Well, it depends. I don't know. Are we more advanced and sophisticated than the government? I hope the answer is yes. But to be honest, San Francisco Department of Public Works is no slouch. They're pretty good too. And some of their, what I showed you was their old stuff. Their new stuff is pretty amazing. Oops. That's my alarm. Sorry. I've enjoyed talking with you all. I'd love to talk more about this, but I've got to go to my job at San Francisco Department of Public Works. I'm going to keep working for them while I'm keep working for you. As you can tell from my presentation, they working for them works for you. Maybe I could just talk about this a little bit. So what we did is we put a large top banner. That's good. We want that on your Internet Employee Portal and also on your public page too. But it's a quick way of adding visual excitement and getting people involved and lifting spirits. The logo, you don't even have a company logo on your Internet Employee Portal. It should be the same as on your public site. It should be in the top left, and it should be clickable and bring you back to the staff portal homepage. The ribbon, that's what we call our nav. So for the ribbon, I don't know that we have a ribbon on ours. For SharePoint, it's the top nav. For your site, I don't know what the ribbon would be. Probably the same thing. Well, we don't have a top nav on your site, right? On what I'm proposing for you guys, there's no real top nav. There's a top breadcrumb. This tells you where you are, but the nav is on the side. So I guess I need to edit this for you a little bit. Let's just say there's a good reason to keep my SFTPW job because all I have to do is take their stuff, change the word from ribbon to side nav, and then I can pitch it to you guys. Button and link styling is minimal and consistent. That's important. We want to start with an integrated plan so that all our stuff, if we build these parts one at a time from a back-end perspective and a programming perspective and a user interface perspective, they won't be consistently styled. It'll be like using 8 different systems. Your icons will look one way, one place, and another way, another place. We want the edit button to look the same everywhere. Only the homepage content is fixed with to begin with. Yeah, we don't care about that. We're going to make ours responsive. This was the proposal I made there was for an HTML4 design, which couldn't be really well. It had to be fixed with. It wasn't mobile compatible out of the box like we're going to make for Backroads.com staff portal. This is some of the old screenshots. You can look this over more at your convenience if you want. Let's see. So this was their old navigation. It looks a lot like yours, right? You know, it's got this sort of blocky 1980s styles, a lot of lines, not very clean, a bit busy, not a lot of branding and excitement up there. These are the different menus. We focused on the menus for consolidating all the menu structure. And I haven't done a survey of Backroads.com staff applications yet, or what the staff spends most of their time on. I would love to do that soon, hopefully, and give you a report on that. So that's a pitch, by the way. David, if you're listening, I want budget to talk to your users, customer service, marketing, communications, advertising, sales, support, service, all of that. I want to talk to them, see what pages they use on the web most, and try and think about how we might consolidate it. At least get an idea for the scope. How much work have I just proposed here? Is this doable? I mean, this could be a lot of time. And these are some of the specific suggestions. Combine 2 mega menus. Repurpose home to show home pages, links in a list, unify styling on all mega menus. Look at how disorganized this was. Look, we've got missing people for our organizational chart. This is our organizational chart here currently. I'm going to make a better organizational chart. Do I show the better organizational charts in this? I don't think I show the pretty organization chart. If you go over these, they look better now, and they work better. Before, some of them weren't clickable. Same problem you got on your homepage site. You click on My Resources and nothing would happen. Now you click on My Resources, it takes you to a generic sort of My Resources page, or you can hover over it and it drops down and click on to go to something specific. We definitely need to do that on all your offerings. So development, this is more for tech people. I don't know if David and marketing and the rest of the company care about this. You might want to tune out now and just let this be background while you work on something important, or maybe just turn it off. Combine mega menus and apply information, architecture, grouping for clarity. So we want to redesign our menu structure to group them more intelligently, more intuitively. The left column is for frequent employee use. That's your fast column. The middle column is for social media and Julian's public PR support internally, so he can get the staff all on page. It's for his newsletter. The right column, we didn't really change that. Minor aesthetic updates. Someone believes this stuff in this column is important, and we don't have time to confirm or argue about it. That is our IT staff. They just insist that we need this uptime thing, that everybody in the company cares about IT system status here. I wasn't able to get rid of that. I wanted to. I pushed for it. But the new homepage still has IT system status. We just moved it down a little bit and gave it a facelift. But we're keeping everything else for them. It's best not to mess with IT. They understand their unique needs better than others, and you have to trust the user. If they say they need this widget, then they need that widget. What else can I reuse and sell you? Alternate references, earlier pages, and concise best recommendations. Below this page is for discussions, reconsideration, or disagreement. I do this a lot in my emails and communication with you. I will frequently say, okay, you don't have to pay attention to let rest a lot, because I know Let me breathe. I know I'm talking very fast and I'm communicating a lot of concepts quickly. And sometimes I get very excited and I want to just go on and on and on and on. And that tends to be difficult for some people to accept all at once. I flood people. So I have a habit of saying, don't need to read in my emails. You'll see messages like, you don't need to read below this line, details only, where I'll really explore my thoughts, the alternatives, the things that are not the best presentation, the best idea, but maybe I'm wrong on that and I want your opinion. So that's what everything below here is, and I'll be giving that sort of secondary consideration, second thoughts type thing in my reports to you as well. That's just kind of my habit. What do I have here? Social media, mostly coded enough to ensure feasibility and secure code and bug workaround notes available. So I've given you a link to more details on the work. Architecture is to have a single text file that Julian can paste is already. So I was trying to get Julian to edit HTML. He's our marketing guy. Turns out he never went that far down. He just emails us a text file for what he wants it to say, and then Sid, who maintains the portal, the old guy, right, who was around from before HTML, and we're still trying to get him, really fast. He's not a tech guru, but he doesn't need to be. He can edit simple HTML in the text file and maintain the employee portal now. He's become active in employee portal maintenance now, whereas before he was kind of an absent stakeholder, I think. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. Quick links, mega menu. What I need from Julian, marketing. So let's talk about what I need from you guys. This is a sign off and go live sort of checklist. From SFTPW, Julian was primarily our stakeholder. If I got him, he was in charge of communications or close to it, close enough. If he said the employee portal looks good to him, then the IT staff says, okay, we'll make it live. So he was the executive sign-off, the governance of the employee portal is what he was in charge of. And we wanted to build that into our process. So this is me building that in. What I need from Julian before we can go live with this is a sign-off. Tell us it has your blessings and a few conditions or instructions. You're like, oh, it's good, just add this or something like that, right? And then we can start coding it. Design support. Option 1. I needed some better resolution photos of people, skyline for the banner, headshots for the information hierarchy, for the staff photos of the organization chart. Phone numbers for someone in design department. That's because, well, he should be listed there as a personnel on, the little, what is it? We have as part of the ACE template what is it? Gallery. Yeah, it's part of the gallery, I think. Let me turn off this. I don't need to look at this. More pages. Here it is. User profile. I needed him to fill out for himself a user profile so that people with suggestions or can comment him and reach him. And we should all have one of these too. Each of our staff should have a user profile. We can upload our picture, comes up in customer service chats, that sort of thing. If they go ask for help, it shows a little picture of them if we want. Very personalized sales. Imagine if your customer service, if you clicked from your public website, chat with a person, and you got a picture of them as well as their conversation. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Where was I? Oh, yeah. I am selling you work I've already done. Design support. Design support option 2. I'll build as a best without immediate design support, so I'm making mock-ups and provide links to PSD templates masters stored in the SharePoint team site. So Julian would commit to approximately 5 hours of updating banners, photographs, and other images for the portal each month. This offers him the advantage of training to enable faster, quicker edits at Julian's whim and should be viewed as a transfer of ownership. Let's talk about who owns what part of the employee portal, because I'm not going to maintain all this myself. No way. It's too much work. I'm gonna shove this off to you and make it easy enough for marketing to add their blog or add a conversation or update their conversation or wikis, whatever. All right. Well, thank you very much for the time. If David says it's worth the effort and John agrees, I need their buy-in and stakeholder approval. I will be happy to make something like this for Backroads.com, a presentation on what I think we should do for revisioning for our Renaissance. Thank you very much again, and this is Steve Whetstone signing off. God, that sounds very cheesy. Why do I feel like I'm in one of those old school, what do I feel like? I feel like I'm in that movie MASH. Boring trivia, sorry, tend to blab.